And good evening and welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. The topic of this evening's show is Crazy for Cupcakes to benefit families helping families. And with me to discuss this evening's topic are Minor Vincent, President of Families Helping Families. Minor, welcome. How are you?
Pete, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Excellent.
Excellent. And Sally O'Brien, who is the chairman of the Cupcake Committee. Sally, welcome.
Pete.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. I'm great. Thanks you two for coming down. So, Minor, we're obviously going to start with you. Tell us a little bit about Families Helping Families and what you guys do.
Well, we're a Clinton-based organization. This is our 12th year.
Okay.
We started off 12 years ago with one community outreach program, which was energy assistance.
Okay.
And since then, we've grown into 5 different community outreach programs, which service from the youngest to the oldest citizens.
Okay.
We try and have events like Crazy for Cupcakes that people can come for free and enjoy themselves, and also have the opportunity to donate and give back to the community. All the monies donated stay in the Clinton community and go towards funding those 5 programs. We do food drives and collect food at different events, and that all goes to the Clinton Food Pantry. We've expanded, like I said, from one community outreach program into 5, and just about anything that somebody happens to be going through, it's covered under one of those programs. This year we're focusing on kids in the community. We have a program called the Clinton Kids Initiative, and what we hope to do is to fund some various activities during the summer so that the summer school vacation is more meaningful to kids. We are going to fund, we do our summer lunch program. This will be the 4th year that we've done it. Last year we added a program event to each lunch, and this year we're talking with the folks at the Henry Carter Hall Library that they would offer a program either before the lunch program or after the lunch program. So the whole idea is when we have the lunches on that Friday, it's a whole experience for each kid. We're also working with Cindy Stevens at her art studio.
Absolutely.
So there'll be scholarships for kids. We're hopefully going to work with a couple other community organizations so that Clinton Sailing Club, we've already given them some money for scholarships for kids that can't afford to go for a week-long class. So we want to enrich that summer vacation time. So that's our main focus for, say, the first 6 months of this year.
Speaking of food drives, I believe you guys have the Holy Hawaiian Spring Food Drive coming up in March.
Well,
So it's going to be sunny and 90 degrees.
it's going to be sunny, and we'll be out there in our shorts and just enjoying that early summer sun. I did, just as a little homework, like you say, you do a little homework before the program.
Oh, yeah.
And the forecast for March 24th is partly sunny and 53 degrees. Now, whether you can trust the forecast that far out, I don't know, but we're hoping.
But it's usually the polar spring food drive, though.
Well, we need to take a little bit of a break from wearing long johns and insulated shoes.
I was going to say, you and I are usually out there freezing to death.
So we're hoping that that the weather will cooperate. And the thing that people don't realize is that there's dry, so to speak, periods when there are no townwide food drives.
Right.
So there hasn't been one. By the time we do ours, it'll be like probably 3.5 months before there has been a food drive.
Right.
And the resources of the Clinton Food Pantry are really being stretched because there's more and more people that are utilizing that service. So we hope to infuse them with some canned goods, with some non-perishables, and hopefully restock the shelves on that day.
Speaking of the infusion process of the food drive, when is the food drive?
Food drive is going to be March 24th, It's Saturday, from 10 to 2 at Stop and Shop. And what we do is we will have a list of needed items that the pantry can use. We will hand those out to people so that it makes the task of donating food a little bit easier. They don't have to run around the whole store. We basically have like 8 to 10 items that hopefully will be on sale that makes donating a little bit easier for them.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure you will. Is this the food drive that you pair up with the Clinton Police Department?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's called Stuff the Cruiser Food Drive.
Okay.
So we do pair with the Clinton Police Department. They've been partners with us for 10 years for our fall food drive, even though, they're unofficial sponsors. They always show up to help us. And so they decided, we talked with them, and they said, how about doing an official co-sponsorship of a food drive in the spring? And we said, we're more than happy to do that with them. So now this is our 8th year of doing a spring food drive.
And I guess, where is Families Helping Families now?
In terms of, what do you mean, where? You have to explain that a little bit.
Meaning, where do you see the organization going for this fiscal year?
Well, last year was our, how can I put this? We got more donations than we ever had before last year.
Wow.
We also gave out more money than we ever did before. Just to give you an example,
Sure.
We donated between our events and 2 of our community outreach programs to the Clinton Food Pantry. We donated over 21,000 pounds of food in 1 year, and we have never done that much. One of the problems is that the need continues to grow. One of the good aspects of Families Helping Families is the fact that, people in the town of Clinton are so very generous. So, and everybody's, you meet people on the street and they know who we are, and they always come up and say, thank you, and we appreciate all you do. But, the truth is, and this is what I tell people, that the real heroes in this operation are not us. The heroes are the people in Clinton, because it's pretty simple. Without their donations, we couldn't do what we do. And we're trying to expand our reach. One of the problems that we have is we don't have enough eyes and ears in the community.
Right.
And so, to that end, Linda Smith, who's the director of the Food Pantry, and I are going to meet with some of the teachers at Joel School, and just so that we can make them aware of different programs that are out there in town, and have them be some of our eyes and ears, because they're in contact with kids. There's pretty close to 500 kids that go to Joel School.
Wow. And
with their families, and so we want them to be, if they see something, they see a family that might have a need, then let us know. And we also want to inform them. I'm sure that a lot of them know what we do, but they're not aware that we have 5 community outreach programs. So if they know a child or a family that might have a need, and if one of our programs would meet that need, we're more than happy to work with them.
Exactly.
And we want to increase the number of kids coming to the summer lunch program too.
There we go.
So.
And Sally, you're actually on the board of directors for Families Helping Families. How long have you been on the board?
2 years now.
You like it?
Yeah, it's a great group. They do a lot for the town.
And so, how did you get involved with Crazy for Cupcakes?
We went 1 year as a person from town of Clinton, and we really enjoyed it. We put it, next year it was in the paper, we put it on our calendar, drove down all excited, and it was canceled because of lack of enrollment. So my husband said, we have to do something about this. So I contacted Minor, and he allowed me to pursue it the next year, and so this will be my 3rd year.
How'd you do the last couple of years pursuing the
It's done well, I have to say. Each year, the sign-ups has dropped a little bit.
Right.
So that's, it's nice if you have more variety.
Oh,
but I guess the judges might be a little happier they don't have to eat 30 cupcakes.
Right.
Yeah. But this year, through the Elliott After Hours program, we're going to do, I'm going to do a class with some of the kids, and we're going to bake some extra cupcakes. So it'll help offset and maybe get some of the kids or their parents to sign up.
All right, let's talk about criteria of baking that cupcake and entering that cupcake.
All you have to do is, there's an email, Families Helping Families Clinton. Wow, sorry, I'll have to check it for when we come back.
Okay, all right.
I just blanked.
That's okay.
But then they send us their name
Yep.
and address, and I also like the phone number in case I need to reach you.
Just in case.
And their age, because we have 2 categories,
Okay.
adult and junior.
Okay.
So if you are 18 and under, you
Right.
are the junior division.
Right.
And if you are 18 and above, anywhere in
adult
there,
division.
you are the adult division.
Very nice.
So, yeah.
Now, is there a minimum amount of cupcakes that you have to bake?
Yes, last year, in the last 2 years, we've had 4 dozen.
Okay.
But we have changed it to 3 dozen. So maybe it'll make it easier for some other people. So 3 dozen is the required amount to enter. Yes. And it's of any kind.
Okay.
Whatever, there's no specific recipe.
Right.
It can be a box mix, it could be from scratch. We have some phenomenal cupcakes from scratch, and we have some phenomenal cupcakes that are made from a cake mix.
I was going to say, I've heard something about red velvet cupcakes.
There have been some really good red
I've
velvet
And a
cupcakes.
lemon cupcake.
That's
Yes,
right, again. And
yes.
I've heard about lemon
I don't know who entered
Nah,
those,
you-
but
No, I don't either, but
No
they were
idea.
delicious.
No idea.
Yes, yes.
so you might have to go home tonight and twist some arms to make sure that anonymous person enters the contest
Oh my
again
God.
this
Whoever
year.
they were.
Speaking of anonymous people, would you guys mind sticking around for another segment?
No, we'd love
Sure.
to.
We'll be right back.
I'm Howard Schwartz, Executive Communications Director at your Better Business Bureau serving Connecticut with the Consumer Moment. We now use the internet to make more purchases than ever before. But if you're looking for a business that offers trustworthy goods and services, try to stay local. Word-of-mouth recommendations are very helpful, but a service provider is only as good as his or her last job. Management can change, so can the employees. Always ask for references, recent references, and visit bbb.org to see what other consumers' experiences have been like. You can look up a business review or select a BBB accredited business that is devoted to our standards for trust. The bottom line is that the marketplace is in your hands. Take your time, do your research, and use your power as a consumer to get what you want. This Consumer Moment is brought to you by your Better Business Bureau serving Connecticut.
And welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. Sitting here with Sally O'Brien and Minor Vincent from Families Helping Families. Guys, welcome back.
Thank
Good
you.
to be back.
Thanks for sticking around. All right, Sally, I'm going to put you on the spot again.
Yes.
Last segment, we talked about cupcakes, and we're going to talk about cupcakes again. But if people want to enter
Yes.
cupcakes or want more information on the cupcake competition, where can they go?
We got the email. It's
We got it.
Families Helping Families
Yeah.
Clinton
Yeah.
at gmail.com.
And somebody checks that?
Yeah, I do.
There you go.
You think I would know it, but I do check it.
That's okay. That's okay. So, what are over the years that you guys have been doing the cupcake competition? What are some of the more unique cupcakes that you guys have seen come through?
Maple bacon is one that sticks to mind. Yeah,
Maple
that was
bacon.
That was a really good one. Carrot cake won 2 years in a row.
Really?
So carrot cake was
Everybody
very
loves
popular.
carrot cake.
Yeah, it was very popular. We've had a lot of chocolate and peanut butter combinations.
Yep.
That's very popular too. Also, the 2 years, a tropical, like a pineapple tropical one
Okay.
was a winner too. So
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Different judges have different tastes, so it's good to have a variety.
Typically, give or take, you don't have to give me a roundabout number. How many judges do you guys have and typically what's the criteria for judging the cupcake? Meaning, do you have to eat one whole cupcake per?
No.
Or is there an ism here, Mr. Vincent?
You have to be hungry.
Right.
All right.
We've had between 5 and 8 judges the last 3 years.
Okay.
We like a minimum of 5 just to give a variety because
Right.
everybody has a different taste or
Exactly.
different like. And the criteria, they judge it on appearance
Okay.
and taste and texture. And again, they rate the adults are rated separately than the children.
Okay.
So then we add, everybody gives a score and we add them all up, and the person that has the highest score is the winner. And we
Okay.
give cash prizes for
Cool.
the first three in each division. So if you want to take a chance and win some cash, you might want to enter your favorite cupcake
There
recipe.
you go.
Yeah.
Now, obviously when you're a judge, do you to taste the cupcake? Mm-hmm. Do you cut them and
We
slice them in
do.
half, or do you have to eat the whole
Thanks
thing?
for bringing that back. So we give them a whole cupcake.
Okay.
Because some of the cupcakes are filled. A lot of them are filled. So if you cut it in half, you could lose some of that filling.
Right.
So we give them a whole cupcake, and that way they see the appearance of it, and then they cut into it and try as much of it as they need to give it a rating that they're confident with.
How many, give or take, how many people do you think normally enter the cupcake competition every year?
It's ranged. I believe my first year there were 30 entries.
Okay.
And last year we had 13 entries and then some additional bakers, but they chose not to enter. Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the Shoreline Community Women partner with us.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about them.
And so the women in the Shoreline Community group, they'll bake so that when we have people come
Right.
for the event, there's plenty of cupcakes.
Right.
But they might not feel like they want to enter,
Yeah.
but they'll bake to support us.
They'll bake just to
Because
be
the
there.
proceeds from the event go 50-50. It goes to our kids' initiatives, the summer programs that Minor talked about.
Yep.
And the other part goes to the Shoreline Community Women to help with their Boxes for Soldiers program.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
All right, so if
So, not going through all the ramifications of the isms,
yes.
one of these days we'll have to do a show and explain to the public what the isms
No,
are.
no.
But somebody can walk in that night and it could be anywhere from, 600-700 cupcakes.
Okay.
And so the other thing that we do is if somebody wants to buy a dozen or half a dozen
Take 'em
cupcakes
home.
to go,
They can do that.
They can do that.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so last year, in fact, somebody last year bought a whole bunch of them because they were having a dinner party that night. So they came in just before we started and got a whole bunch of dessert. That was their dessert. They bought cupcakes from us for their dinner party.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Very nice.
I also want to say this year we're sponsored by Grove Gardens.
All right.
Yep. They have said that they would sponsor us to cover our expenses.
Excellent.
So
All right.
that will help us some more this year too. Yeah. Yeah, so it's kind of, we team with the Shoreline Community Women.
Right.
Helps their Boxes for Soldiers program.
Right.
They're a nonprofit. And they've been sending the boxes to the soldiers since 2006.
Yes.
And so they support, if anybody knows of anybody that they would like to send an address to them, they would be happy to send a box. And the boxes that they send, they're very grateful again to the community. Like Minor said, we are Families Helping Families, because the donations that they get for their boxes are from people in town. They have boxes around town that you could drop off items to
Right.
go in their boxes. And the money that we are helping from this event give them helps to ship several shipments of boxes over to the soldiers.
Wow.
So it's a really great program.
That is, and I actually am very new to the Shoreline Community Women. I'm not. I
It's a
know of
mouthful.
them. Yeah, I know of them, but I've never.
Well, the nice thing is,
Yes.
my grandson was in Afghanistan.
Okay.
And he got a box. So it's if it's anybody in town, if you have a relative serving in one branch of the service,
Right.
then you need to get your name to Cindy Stevens or somebody on the board of Shoreline Community Women. And the nice thing is, what happens is when that box gets there, it's just not the box for that one person,
Right.
but it's shared by the whole troops, all the troops that are
Right.
around. So like when our grandson came home, he said, that one box served about 50 different guys. And let me tell you, they were so grateful to get because things like razors and batteries,
Socks,
you know,
games.
hard candy,
Right.
some cards, stuff that they can't, a toothpaste, you know, basic items that they don't have readily at their disposal that they
Exactly.
get, and they're just so grateful for it. So we not only help with this event, but through the year, we also provide stuff for the boxes too. Cindy Stevens will tell us, you know, in advance when she's going to ship something, what she might need to fill it, and we'll go out and purchase it and give it to her.
Exactly.
So it's, you know, what they've done is pretty remarkable. They've shipped hundreds and hundreds of boxes over the years.
Exactly.
And the neat thing is to get back, you know, the letters from the soldiers and, you know, how strong they feel about what they received. And so it's very heartening and a very worthwhile project.
And Cindy also said that they send notes and letters from the school children in town, and they said that's also a really big hit.
Really?
When
Wow, that's cool.
you know, it's a note from
That's
home
neat.
to know that people are thinking of them and
Yep.
appreciate what they're over there doing and doing on our behalf.
That's neat. Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
So the neat thing about the cupcakes is, you know, you can, it's like a 2-for-1, you know, you can come and have cupcakes and you're basically supporting 2 separate organizations in town. So we're really happy that we teamed up with the Shoreline Community Women.
And how long have you guys been involved?
We've
with
been
the
doing
Shoreline
this
Community
for the
Women?
past 3 years that
Okay.
we've been doing this.
They come and their troops, their group comes and helps us serve and
Yep.
set up, clean up. They're a great help to the whole night. Yeah.
And now if somebody wants to come and help and volunteer the night of the cupcake event, are they welcome to?
Sure. They can help come. We'll, you know,
The more the merrier.
right.
Put 'em
There's
to work.
always, we'll have them help serve cupcakes or clean up or, you know, any of that. There's always,
And the other thing, if there's a few cupcakes left over, we would be happy to, you know, send them home with some.
There you go.
that's right.
And if Pete Mezzetti shows up, oh boy.
There might
put
not
'em
be
to work.
cupcakes left.
No, well, it might be cupcakes.
We're hoping
left.
that another Mezzetti shows up with cupcakes.
I don't know about that. Probably, but I can't.
We're going to have our coloring contest again, too. So for the kids, if they want to color cupcake pictures while they're there, and a raffle. We have some really great raffle prizes, too.
I think last year, you can correct me if I'm wrong, sir, you and I judged the coloring contest.
Yes, we did.
I was thinking, I'm
Yes,
like,
we
I
did.
think you
Well,
and
there
I.
we go. I think
Yeah.
we have 2 judges
I
now.
was going to say, I think you and I judged the coloring contest last year.
There you go.
And that was
No, it's a good,
that was
you
a
know,
lot of fun.
Yeah, it's something, you know, to keep the kids busy instead of them running all around the green room at the town hall.
Right.
It gives them something to do too, so that, you know, keeps them occupied.
So we're going to do the coloring contest again this
Sure.
year.
That's
All right.
perfect.
Yeah.
Do we want to give the date of the event?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, it's
I thought we-
April 7th, Saturday, April 7th,
Right.
from 6 to 8 at the Clinton Town Hall in the green room.
Okay.
And there's no charge.
Right.
People
It's a
want
free
to come.
event.
Yep. If you want to make a donation, fine. If you just want to come and hang out, then
Right. Bring your family. Have dessert
You can
after
do that
dinner.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome.
You can do that too. And so, Sally, one more time with the when, where, what time, and all
Sure.
that other fun stuff.
April 7th,
Okay.
6 to 8 p.m. at the Clinton Town Hall Green Room.
All right. And Mr. Vincent, we have a little bit more time left. What else would you like to educate?
Well, I'd like to, you know, invite everybody to spend a couple of minutes on Saturday, the 24th, at the
Yeah.
food drive. I know that, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on
Right.
every Saturday in town, but, you know, drop in for 15 minutes, go in and, you know, buy some canned goods. We'll have a list for people.
Right.
And just, you know, drop them in the box so we can help out the Clinton Food Pantry.
I was going to say, except if you're Pete Mezzetti, because Pete Mezzetti doesn't come for 15 minutes that day of that event. Pete Mezzetti comes and stays all day, normally.
Well, it will be much nicer because you'll be in your shorts this year. So.
Exactly. Exactly.
We can only hope that it's sunny and mild.
I'm hoping it's going to be a nice day. We're hoping it's always.
But it's, you know, listen,
always a
we're,
fun event.
you know, because you're always there.
Right.
But, you know, the number of people that just don't, you know, donate a can or two, they come out with shopping bags
Yes.
full.
Oh yeah.
So
We had
you
one last year came with a whole carriage out.
know, we're
I remember
can't-
sorting that.
Yeah.
You know,
I sorted that.
I can't tell you how grateful we are to the people in town because they are always very, very generous, and they wear their heart on their sleeve. And
They
they really
do.
care about families that, might just be going through a tough time.
They do.
So hopefully we'll see everybody on the 24th.
I was going to say, we're going to give details on each event one more time. So Minor, go ahead with the food drive.
Saturday, March 24th, from 10 to 2 at Stop and Shop is, we're partnering with Clinton Police Department and
Yeah.
their Stuff the Cruiser food drive.
Excellent. Sally, go.
Saturday, April 7th,
Yeah.
from 6 to 8, Clinton Town Hall in the green room. Crazy for Cupcakes.
Crazy for, and that's not, and you guys have, I'm sure you guys are going to have other events coming up in the spring,
We
the
will.
summer, and the fall.
Yeah, like I said, we're already planning for the summer lunch program, so
All
we're
right.
excited. The people at the library are excited, and we really want to make that Friday a complete day. Lunch, we're going to continue to have a program. We had the police department, and the dog there. We had the fire department with the one of the ambulances there.
Oh,
We had
nice.
DPW with their 80-foot tree trimming truck, and the kids had a great time. So Cindy Stevens did a little art class. So we're excited to do all those things again.
I was going to say, and we'll, I'm sure you'll come back and we'll talk about the
Love to.
summer lunch program and all that other fun stuff going on. Well, that's it for tonight. Sally and Minor, I want to thank you guys for coming around, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
having
Peter.
us.
Thanks, guys. On behalf of Sally O'Brien, Minor Vincent, I'm Pete Mezzetti. Thanks, good night, and we'll see you next time.